So first up, let's invite Nucleus Software on our show now. The company recently signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Bank of Sydney, where Bank of Sydney will be adopting one of Nucleus Software's proprietary products on banking, which will help Bank of Sydney help in their digital transformation. We're now joined by the management of the company, the CEO of the company. Morning, sir, and thanks so much for joining in. This is Rima here. First, if you could tell us the quantum of this deal, multi-million, but could you be a little more specific? And what will it take your order book to?
Sorry, Rima. Firstly, I'm so happy to join you here. But those specifics, sorry, we don't share. You can, of course, check them get inputs about them from our financial results. But yes, I would like to say that Bank of Sydney is an extremely important customer for us. We signed up with them a few months back, and in fact, they already started using our products and starting to get value from them. Of course, we have a long way to go. They have massive growth plans in the Australian market, and we are all set to support them now and over the years.
Right. Mr. Bhise, could you tell us, what proportion of your clients currently are using a version just below FinnOne, and what's the upselling or upgrading potential here for you?
Okay, so that's a very interesting question. You would probably know that we have over the years we've been in this retail lending and transaction banking domain for about 3 decades now, more than 3 decades now. We have focused on only these 2 areas in the BFI sector. Our erstwhile products were FinnOne with the brand name FinnOne, which is the retail lending product, and Cash Actwell, which was on the transaction banking side. About a decade back, we completely re-architected these 2 products and launched FinnOne Neo on the retail lending side and Finnexia on the transaction banking side. I'm happy to share that these 2 new products are moving pretty well. There are already close to 70 odd customers on FinnOne Neo, which is, of course, our flagship product and faster growing product. Finnexia is also doing that. Coming to your specific questions, we have about 150 odd customers who are still using our older generation products. And that's the focus for us to move them to the next generation product as early as possible. I hope I answered your question properly.
All right. Hi, Mr. Bhise. Good morning. This is Pavitra. Can you tell us about this AMC revision? You've said that you've made slow but very significant progress on this front. If you could share some details about this.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it earlier, not me, but Mr. Vishnu, who's the MD and the promoter of this company. He is the founder of this company. We have approached many of our customers for significant AMC revisions, which was triggered by a realization that we're probably not requesting or demanding enough value of the services that we are providing to our customers. I'm really thankful to all our customers that almost everyone to whom we have talked to have responded very positively to our requests, and we have already concluded a few contracts and in the process of concluding many more. Of course, this process does time because as you also said, we are requesting for a very significant revision in the AMCs. So it does take time to convert each and every contract, but we are moving steadily and very strongly in this direction.
Mr. Bhise, as of 30th of September, 3 customers were on board with higher pricing from you. That's what you indicated. What does that number stand at as of 30th of November?
I would say a couple of them more have already converted and a lot more in the pipeline.
So what will the number be? 4, 5, 6?
Let's say in the range of 15 or so in this financial year.
15 so far. And what's the extent of the price?
That's what we are targeting, just to be clear.
Okay, so you're expecting that 15 clients will be moved to higher pricing in FY23, right?
Yes.
What's the extent of the price revision? You said it's very steep.
It is steep, but I'll limit my response to that because these are specific informations. We're dealing them with.
On a blended basis?
Sorry?
On a blended basis, could you give the market any indication?
Sorry, very sorry. We in general, we have following a policy of not giving any such predictions. So I'll stand by that. I'm very sorry for that.
All right, we take that point, but we'll try to, assess that with the kind of guidance that you will probably provide us with on your overall consolidated basis. So your first half revenues have grown at around 16.5% odd. Could you give us a sense of how the second half is likely to pan out? And on your margins, I mean, they have been volatile all over the place. The second quarter, it was 8.8%, but I remember them being upwards of 20% in the past as well, mid-teens at some point. So what's your outlook on margins for the second half of this year and revenue growth?
Look, I'll only, as I mentioned, I'll repeat it that we've not been giving any guidance on revenue growth. So I'll not be able to share any more details, but I'll only say that the outlook looks very positive. We're getting very positive responses from our customers, not only on the pricing increase, but also on the traction on the new product. New products, they are moving very, very, very well in the market. So I'll limit my response to that. Difficult to give any.
Let me try this another way. The second half of this year, are you likely to do as well as the first half or better?
Yes, I am pretty confident of that.
Okay.
All right, got that. Also, could you take us through, because I think the last time we spoke, you had told us that attrition has been coming down. It is at, one of the lowest levels that we've seen in the past. Can you tell us what's happening on that front? Is this something that you expect going forward as well?
Yes, absolutely. There's positive news on that direction. We are experiencing consistently lower attritions month by month. This is, of course, the market dynamics play a role there. We've also taken very significant steps that we have talked about in the past. There have been multiple times revisions that we have done in our remuneration, so that both these have added to the fact that the attrition has significantly come down, and we hope that it will continue at these levels now.
Okay. So without getting into numbers, if you could tell us how much better would your pipeline be today versus say 6 months ago, just to understand the demand scenario for you?
Look, a pipeline consists of two parts. One, I'll repeat what I said some time back, that a major focus for us is to migrate our existing customers from our older products to new products. So that's a very solid pipeline we have, and on the new logos also, we are doing reasonably well both in India and outside India.
So you said 70 of your current customers are using FinnOne Neo, 150 are still to be transported. How many do you think you'll be able to move by the end of this year?
Look, it's a slow process. Numbers I won't be able to say, maybe a few more, but the 70 number that I talked about is a combination of new customers as well as some of our existing customers who have migrated. I would like to say that the FinnOne Neo platform specifically is also, the offering is also cloud-based. So we have managed to move faster because of the cloud offerings, and that's how that number of 70 has come in a shorter period relatively.
Mr. Bhise, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining in. That's Nucleus Software for you. The stock has reacted positively to the statement.